Hello and welcome to my channel on human design. Well, last week we went into the gate of black magic and we found ourselves in the intuition, in the splenic center, this awareness that comes out of the now, the well of deep logical solutions, working with the perfected patterns of the 5818. Now we're going to jump from that circuit and from that center right over into another awareness center, into the center of the ajna, that green triangle that looks down towards the throat. And we find ourselves in this ajna center in the 11th gate. This is the gate of white magic. So what is it exactly? Well, what's feeding it? What's feeding it is the 47th gate, there to realize from what's happened in the past what it's all about, to realize there is a way of making sense of the confusion. But realization is a long way away from conceptualization, because conceptualization is about wanting to actually manifest something in words. The 11th gate looks to the 56th gate, the gate of stimulation. So all 11th gate people with their many, many ideas are wanting to manifest it in stories to get you to feel what it is that they're sharing with you. The abstract circuit is part of a circuit that runs through the emotional system. So in this 11th gate, we're looking at visual representations. It's visual. It's the left eye. And it sees in a wave. It sees in a wave. It doesn't see everything. You know, if they're in a place they haven't been before and it's lovely, they're going to see the beauty. They're not going to see all the details. This is not logical. This is not like logic that's sequential. This is like feeling into it, describing it, expanding it, constructing the realization into a concept ready to be shared. So endless ideas, that's how I think about it. 11th gates, they never run out of ideas. There's always this possibility or that possibility. And they want to share that with you so that you get to feel that it really can be possible. And when we look at the 56th gate, a gate dear to my heart because it's where I earth my personality in this life. So I'm always kind of looking to the 11th gate. I love the 11th gate. So many ideas that I can stimulate and get excited about and be hopeful about. The 11th gate is looking to speak in a way that can bring hope or despair. So what is this exactly? We know that it's visual. We know that it sees in a wave. It doesn't see everything. And we know that it has this emotional content. I think of it as the uncontained eye, the eye that can see possibilities and doesn't really care about the facts. It's the possibilities that matter. You know, if 11th gate people try to manifest their ideas in action, they have their expectations dashed many times. They realize the edge of the possibilities, and actually it's not possible. It's not going to work. But sharing those ideas with others in words can spark off all kinds of things that can materialize. And this is where it becomes white magic, because a good idea can go out to the whole world and change it. If you want an idea of what that would be, look at Karl Marx, who had this 11th gate in his chart. You know, his ideas about equality or whatever led to communism, which also led to various negative effects that he did not see. But his ideas got far and wide. The right kind of an idea can really spread a long way. And think about it being abstract. It is imaginative. It's imaginative. So think about some of the stories that you know well, the Harry Potter stories, for example, you know, expanding out into a whole world of possibilities that you can only imagine, but you can see. You can get involved with the fantasy. You can read the books. You can go and see the films. They have their special effects. They'll make it happen in a film, in a book. When I think about the abstract circuitry, I cannot help but think about, again, my own channel, the 2946, the journey of discovery. You know, I take people down a journey of discovery where they feel things along the way, going towards something we don't know what it's going to be. We don't know how it's going to end. We've just got to discover it along the way. And in the same way, the 11th gate will take you on a journey. It will take you on a journey. It can be a wonderful journey. It can be a lot of laughter. I mean, there can be fantastic conversations that come out of the 11th gate. It doesn't mean that they're all true or that they're all possible, but you're going to feel good hearing them if they're positive. If we look at the 11 line 5, the epitome of the 11th gate of white magic, we see that it is this philanthropist. Ideas to really help those who have very little, to help the poor, to lift them up, to want to create a foundation where money can go in and it goes to a good purpose. A wonderful epitome of this gate. And I want you to think again about the abstract circuit in this conceptual framework that we have, and think about what that is. The abstract circuit has a beginning and a middle and an end. There is a process. There is a process of unfoldment. There's a process of revelation that takes place as you begin to grasp what the idea is that they're saying to you. You know, the world opens up more. It's a kind of an expansive wow factor to it, which is why I love it, in certain ideas anyway. The profundity in the 11th gate is because it really deals with what's happening in our life path. It's about the experience of life, the possible experiences we can have, the experiences we've already had. It is past orientated in a way that logic was future orientated. This is past orientated. The hexagram is the hexagram of peace, to pause and reflect upon what's happened, to reflect upon what's happened and what is possible. When I think about the value of the 11th gate, I think about its mythological aspects, because after all, it is part of the channel of the seeker or the searcher. It is really, you know, these ideas that go everywhere, that think about everything in a kind of mythological way to some degree. What is possible? What was possible? What could it be? It's a journey where the signposts are everywhere. And when you think on the other side, on the circuit of logic, you know, logic is following a pattern. Logic is going into the future. Logic is following sequences and numbers. You know, it's very different because they're heading to the future. They want to get there as quickly and smoothly as possible. Let's try the experiment. And if that succeeds, we can apply it everywhere. On this side, with the 11th gate, it is this piece to reflect upon what's going on and to be able to see some of the signposts that logic doesn't see. to be able to ask the questions that logic doesn't ask because it's not part of their remit. So the 11th gate is an incredibly valuable gate in that sense. And it's also a valuable gate in the sense that it can be a great teacher, because it is experiential in its ideas and imagination. You know, a good teacher makes things interesting, tells you stories about it, and makes you really get involved with it. That's a good teacher. And the 11th gate, whether they have the 56 or not, they are constantly looking towards being able to stimulate people with their ideas, often with stories. So I've met some wonderful 11th gates that can really enchant me with their ideas. And, you know, I can believe them. I can. You know, it's like, wow, yes, let's do that. You know, let's explore that one. Now, if the idea remains more than just the day, if it's something ongoing, well, then maybe it's something to look into. But do understand that it is about being enraptured in a conceptual framework that is not grounded necessarily on facts. And the way that it sees the world is not necessarily the way that the world is. But for all that, it is an incredibly wonderful gate. And to call it a gate of white magic, I really like. It has a fear of darkness and this ability to lift people up with their ideas, to inspire in that way through the way they use their languaging to really bring people in. That is real magic. The gate of ideas is indeed a magical gate, because those ideas spreading far and wide can make us think about a new way to live. They can get us to reflect upon our own lives in the way that we never did before, and get us to feel about it at the same time. But remember, it is not a gate that sees everything because of the wave in which it sees it. So it also knows that ideas come and go, that ideas and trends, you know, and philosophies, they come and they go, just as civilizations rise up and crumble down. An idea is a fleeting thing. It can be very powerful. It can be very healing. But life goes on. And the 11th gate has ideas about how that happens too. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed my brief look at the gate of white magic. And if you did, please like and share and subscribe. And I will be back again very soon with something completely different. Bye-bye for now.